In a mere 30 seconds of sunlight on your butthole, you will receive more energy from this electric node than you would in an entire day being outside with your clothes on.
This is perineum sunning. It's a trend that took off after Instagram influencers Metaphysical Megan and Raw of Earth began promoting it as a way to recharge your prana life force energy.
And your cheeks are also just another, that's a big solar panel that's usually not out in the sun.
They also claimed that it increases creativity and creative output, aids in a healthy libido and balanced sexual energy, regulates the circadian rhythm and promotes deeper sleep, grounds and connects you to the earth, increases your personal magnetism and amplifies your auric field, gives you better focus and mental stimulation, and regulates hormone function in sex organs. It also allegedly keeps your chi from leaking out. Today I learned that chi leaks out your butthole.
It's coming out of me like lava!
So I'm officially announcing that I'm closing down this channel to pursue the more lucrative career as a chi plug salesman. I'll also be selling bedpans to capture all the chi that leaks out of you during the night. Reconsume it or sell it to your friends. What you do with it is up to you.
I'll eat your ass. I will.
Jokes aside, girl, if you get butthole cancer, chi leaking out will be the least of your concerns.
God's gonna put a cancer in the butthole.
Shortly after this went viral, Josh Brolin, who played Thanos in the Avengers, posted this on Instagram. Tried this new perineum sunning that I've been hearing about, and my suggestion is do not do it as long as I did. My pucker hole is crazy burned, and I was gonna spend the day shopping with family, and instead I'm icing and using aloe and burn creams because of the severity of the pain. I don't know who the thought of this stupid but you nonetheless. Seriously.
He needs some milk!
While the perineum is extremely sensitive and too much direct sunlight can cause sunburns and increase your chance of skin cancer, in fairness to the Instagrammers, they only recommended 30 seconds to a few minutes of sunlight down there, saying that 30 seconds of sun on the anus is equivalent to a whole day in the sun with clothes on. How that's supposed to work exactly is beyond me. Does the sun get super intense when you flash your butthole at it? Or does your butthole suck in sunlight like a reverse farting cosmic vacuum cleaner? Now, you are getting more sunlight on your body overall when you sunbathe naked, but only because you're exposing more surface area to the sun, not because your pucker hole magically soaks up sunlight like a sham wow.
You'll be saying wow every time you
optimize your butthole sunning.
This topic is about a dream of mine that I've always wanted to come true, and that dream is having my anus in the sun. The sun was shining down through the clouds. A rainbow started to form around me, and that's when I knew that this was a special day and that I had to go for it. And then I said, now is the moment for me to make this dream come true. So I opened up. And as I began to, to actualize and realize my dream, the most amazing thing happened. And I'm telling you, it was, you know what? Words alone can't describe how amazing it was.
I'm pretty sure that it was a tantalizing experience for you for the same reason that you got giddy schoolgirl excitement over saying the word anus.
Anus in the sun.
Look, when you go out in the sun, you do feel better. It's warm, light, and comforting, and it wakes you up. But it's not because you're metabolizing absorbed energy like a plant.
all the cosmic energies come right into you because it wants to mate with you.
Your body doesn't have chlorophyll. It can't photosynthesize. What it can and does do, however, is produce vitamin D. When UV rays hit your skin, they break apart a steroid in your skin called 7-dehydrocholesterol, producing cholecalciferol, better known as vitamin D3.
Vitamin D is related to many different things in health, not only bone health, but also musculoskeletal, also the ability to fight infections, to cancers, and a whole bunch of other medical conditions.
Our bodies are complicated. Going out in the sun and being exposed to UV rays does increase your chance of getting skin cancer, and it's cumulative over the course of your life. But staying inside away from the sun and not exercising can lead to obesity, cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, other forms of cancer, and the list goes on. That's why doctors do recommend that you get outside, get some exercise, and get some sunshine, but also recommend using sunscreen because excessive exposure to UV radiation from the sun can cause harmful cell damage and can build up and lead to deadly skin cancer. You can also get vitamin D3 from your diet, and if you're deficient, there are supplements that you can take, but listen to your doctor on the proper dose because megadosing vitamins has its own risks. Now, while 30 seconds on your butthole probably isn't going to do much, exposing yourself in public may get you on the sex offender registry list.
Get out in the sun. Get naked.
Are you guys sure you guys want to do this right here?
Hell yeah!
We're out in public. There's a kid's swing there.
Don't worry about the cops, man.
Woohoo, buddy!
And if you bake in the sun all day, it also makes your skin age faster, as shown in this infamous photo of a lifelong truck driver who only had one side of his face exposed to the sun for decades of driving. That's also why wrinkly hippies and nudists tend to look like saggy prunes.
I do like to tell people that if you want to see how good your skin could look at your butt. Because that's an area that doesn't get sun, and even old people have perfect butts.
Now, I love getting sunshine, but it does kind of blow my mind just how many wellness gurus are terrified of safe 5G waves.
That will protect your nuts or your ovaries while the phone's like on you or in you and around you.
But will blast their sensitive taints with ultraviolet radiation, which is exponentially more energetic than 5G. Now, what about claims that sunning cures yeast infections?
I think it's antibacterial. I think it's antifungal or something. You're actually getting a nice, good, clean pussy at the same time as you are cosmically galactivating your inner feminine goddess.
According to Dr. Christine O'Connor, a gynecologist at Mercy Medical Center, allowing the area to air out and breathe can help reduce the risk of infection and irritation, but the sun is not a necessary component of that treatment, and sunning the groin area does not cure vaginal infections. You know what has been proven to work? Antifungal medication. And if you think that you have a yeast infection, don't just sun the area, go see a doctor, because the symptoms of a yeast infection can be very similar to more serious conditions like bacterial vaginosis or STIs. But here's the twist. Direct exposure to ultraviolet light from the sun can and does kill bacteria and viruses on non-porous surfaces like metal or plastic. Even hospitals use UV light to disinfect equipment. They don't rely on UVA or UVB radiation though, which is what hits us from the sun. UVA and UVB is also often used in tanning beds. They could, but it would take hours to kill the virus. Instead, hospitals use the more powerful UVC radiation, which the sun also emits, but is fortunately absorbed by ozone in our atmosphere. And before you think of bathing in UVC, here's what a sales rep at UV Light Technology had to say about it. UVC is really nasty stuff. You should not be exposed to it. It can take hours to get a sunburn from UVB, but with UVC, it takes seconds. If your eyes are exposed, you know that gritty feeling that you get when you look at the sun? It's like that times 10 just after a few seconds. Oftentimes, health gurus, Instagram influencers, or wellness hacks will take a little piece of scientific fact and twist and run with it, drawing completely ludicrous conclusions, usually to sell a product.
The most popular product is called Power Shake, and we actually call it Liquid Sunshine.
Sadly, we don't value good science information in the US, and this type of thing and untested BS alternative treatments aren't regulated and have run wild as a result. Celebrity quacks are idolized while doctors, professors, and teachers are mistrusted. Because of this, scientifically illiterate representatives are voted to the highest levels of office. During a press conference on the coronavirus this last week, Trump had this to say about possible coronavirus treatments.
So, supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
The coronavirus spreads throughout your lungs, mixing and mingling with your body's own cells. Any light that's powerful enough to damage the virus is powerful enough to destroy your own cells with it. It would cause irreparable damage and eventually even death. Even if scientists find a treatment which does work, researchers understand that they need to make sure that the treatment isn't more dangerous than the disease itself.
Everything's fine.
But the animal is inside out.
I heard that. It turned inside out?
and it exploded.
There are doctors working hard every day to find a safe cure and or vaccine for the coronavirus. Now, more than ever, we need to heed their advice. These are the people that we should have been listening to all along. Not the celebrities, not the hippies with products to sell, but doctors, researchers, and scientists. Because while they tend to be more humble about it, they actually know what they're talking about.
So you guys want to play stupid out there on the internet? All you little fake news journalists, all you dermatologists and medical doctors out there worrying about skin cancer.
Get educated. A populace is only protected against pseudoscience to the extent that it's educated against pseudoscience. If you found this video important, or if it brought you value in any way, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to my channel for more videos like this, and sharing it with your friends. And if you can make an ongoing per video pledge on patreon.com/holykoolaid or a one-time donation on PayPal, this is a fan-funded show and it really helps me to keep making these videos. Thank you, as always, to all of my current supporters. You guys are amazing. And as always, dare to be curious, but don't drink the Kool-Aid.
So our hands are the extension of our heart. Our heart is the generator of the electromagnetic field in our body. It has the strongest vibratory frequency. Our food that we get from many places is often under the influence of spells of others. So it's very important that we program our food for our desired intent. So I'm about to put my hands over my food, and I'm speaking that I desire for this food to nourish my vessel, to activate my DNA, and to bring me into alignment with my highest state, my highest good, the highest good of all. And so it is. Now my food's ready to eat. I've infused it with my energy.
What is wrong with you people?